Hello, America, and welcome to Transform Your Space with Lauren. So, in this segment, we're going to talk about defining your style. One would be traditional. So, traditional style can come from like a traditional dining room, has great curves. The buffets and the hutches are still in for you. You want to show off your beautiful china, things like that. It could definitely mean wood fixtures that have some great motif to them. And again, they really are tried and true pieces. They might be antique finds. You're just really mixing in vintage, but they are, again, tried and true and they're stable and they never really go out of style. That's traditional. So if that's you, go for it and give this a thumbs up. So now, what does transitional mean? Well, transitional is really just taking traditional and adding a little modern flair. So again, that might be in, again, my favorite word, accessories. So defining and making your area look transitional by modern different motifs. So in my aunt's house, she has a lot of vintage pieces that have an Asian flair. Beautiful pieces and quilts and cloths and accessories and fans. I remember as a child, she had them up and they really do have that Asian flair to them. So my aunt's house is truly transitional. Pretty cool, right? Let's talk about what's really big right now, an industrial type of flair. I think that this is really big in city living, really kind of bringing a rustic, wrought iron, and glam all together. That's what transitional represents. It does give you a few curves, but mostly it's really just straight on and to the point kind of look and definition. Some people do that with low profile pieces and in their chairs or in their sofa. It actually kind of transforms or goes into a different segue, which would be farmhouse. Farmhouse chic or farmhouse traditional or farmhouse industrial. It really just kind of works with that. And that's just a lot of wood elements. Farmhouse is really good right now in taking those elements and making them look very light and not as heavy as some of the traditional styles would normally do. Contemporary. What the heck is contemporary? When a client comes in and says, "Oh, I really want like a contemporary feel," I was like, "Okay, so where did you read that word? What did you see on television? What does contemporary mean to you?" So that's what I'm asking you. What does contemporary mean to you? Put that in the comment notes. I want to know. Now I'm going to tell you what I think it is. It really is trendy. It's whatever is in trend right now is really what I feel contemporary is. So it could be the chrome. It could be a specific color like green. It could be in posters and different things that are happening now. A lot of people can identify their culture that way and or what's going on right now. Right now, that's what contemporary is. So it changes, it evolves, as we know. Like I'm wearing camouflage right now. Yeah, I don't think it's ever gone out of style, but it's a big thing right now, and it's definitely a trend. So again, that's what contemporary is. It's whatever is trending right now. And if you want to go with that flow, go for it. I'm the kind of designer that would like to mix those things. So when they move on, you can move on too. One of the other ones I think is a really fun, and sometimes it could be all over the place, but you can really pull it together is boho. Boho is really fun type of a style. It really is an element of layers. So layers in rugs, layers in the type of rugs, or even just kind of putting layers on the sofa pieces or your chairs and things like that. It's just adding layers upon layers, light, very light and very, very, very colorful. That's what it is. You've got the legs that are going on and making sure that they are the pointy legs or the I Love Lucy kind of elements that were going on way back in the 50s and 60s are really going on right now. And I would identify that as a boho type of a look. Absolutely love that look right now. And it worked for my clients and they absolutely love it. And they kind of profiled it with a brick wall behind it. So it really kind of gives them that boho type of chic look to it. All right, so we talked about boho, we talked about contemporary, we've talked about farmhouse, we've talked about industrial, we talked about transitional, which is really what I define a lot of people's houses right now because they are updating their houses. They're trying to get rid of some pieces, but they want to hang on to some of those traditional styles and just kind of moving some modern pieces in. And you'll see how I was able to transform a specific client's house just a week ago with the traditional pieces that she had. We updated it with paint. We updated it with a rug. She is going to pull up her actual wall to wall and expose the wood underneath there later on. But we identified that space as very transitional, making it flow throughout the house and updated it because it hadn't been updated in maybe, I would say 10, 12 years. So she was doing pretty good, but we think we got it right. Okay. The last thing to do is I really want to make sure that you understand that your style is your style. You can take those elements that you really gravitate to and create your own. We don't necessarily have to put a stamp on it, but when we're identifying what your style is, we can take that and just really make it explode to you and your way of thinking. That's what I like to do. That's why I ask so many different questions when I talk to my clients, so we'll know and have a great direction and we're on the same page. To be on the same page is a happy client. So I hope these tips helped you to be able to identify your spaces. So come back, take a look at the other videos to be able to continue to help you do that. And I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.